Are you addicted to social media? Are you sure? Okay, so put your phones down and pay attention. How many of you have seen that AT&T commercial entitled "It Can Wait"? At one point it shows a mom and her little girl in their car driving. They're making small talk. Just then the mom's phone chirps and she picks it up and looks at it and tells the little girl, "Everyone loves that picture I posted of you." In that split second that she had to look at her phone, her car collides with the truck that was coming in the opposite direction. So I ask you again, are you addicted to social media? For most people, social networking sites like Facebook and Twitter are harmless platforms that allow for social interaction and personal expression. For others, social media has become more than entertainment. It has become a compulsion. The question is, can a person really become addicted to social media? The University of Chicago recently conducted one such study and found social media to be even more addictive than cigarettes and alcohol. So let me ask you this. When you go out to eat with friends, family, or co-workers, how often do you look at your phone? How often do you say, "Hey, let's take a picture so I can post this on Facebook"? When you look around at the tables around you, how many people are engaged in conversation and how many people have their phones in their hand? I challenge you this. Next time you are in a restaurant, a doctor's office, or even sitting at a stoplight, take a look around. How many people do you see that are glued to their phones? In the 2 surveys that I conducted, I found that roughly 91% of surveyed participants belonged to one or more social media sites. Yet, 87% of them stated they could live without social media, and most stated that they didn't believe social media is a vital daily tool. So why is it that so many people spend so much time on social media? Our obsession with smartphones has not only changed the way we spend time, but the way we feel and think. There has been an increasing unease the past few years as to the extent of the people that are becoming inundated with what has been referred to as social media addiction. First and foremost, I will explain the definition of what social media is. Secondly, I will try to give you a better understanding to identify if you have an issue. Lastly, I will give you some pointers on how to address your addiction. Social media addiction is a phrase sometimes used to refer to someone spending too much time using Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or other forms of social media, so much that it interferes with their aspects of daily life. There's no official medical recognition of social media addiction as a disease or disorder, but there has also been a growing movement to include a psychiatric disorder with the title of Internet addiction disorder and or social media addiction. This is to be listed into the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. Now that we have discussed what social media addiction is, next I'd like to discuss how to identify if you are in this category. You may think your own social media habits are harmless, but how do you know if you've crossed the line into addiction? Are you guilty of checking your Facebook account before you even get out of bed in the morning? Do you tweet while on a romantic first date? Do you reach for your phone to update your status everywhere you go? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you may need to evaluate your social media usage. One way to check yourself is to evaluate your feelings about social media. For instance, when you don't have access to it, say while on vacation or an event such as a wedding, do you feel anxious? Are you thinking, "I can't wait to post these pictures online"? Do you leave these sites open so you don't miss anything? Are you thinking right now, "Man, I wish she'd hurry up so I could check my phone"? Again, if you answered yes to any of these questions, you may need to evaluate your social media usage. In the article, "Build It and It Will Come," one young woman was mugged for her smartphone and she chased down her attackers to get it back. In that moment, she stated, "My smartphone was worth more than my life." We've evaluated whether or not you're addicted to social media. Now let's find out some steps we can take to pull the reins back a bit. One of the best things you can do to rein in your addiction is to keep track of exactly how much time you spend on sites like Facebook and Twitter. It's a good idea to schedule your social media time to stick to that schedule no matter what. Close down your web browsers and remove applications that can potentially tempt you. Use a good old-fashioned alarm clock so that your cell phone doesn't linger by your bedside and keep you from sleep. Essentially, you must be your own gatekeeper, and you must make sure you're getting the important tasks accomplished every day. Now to conclude what we've just learned. We've defined social media addiction, gained a better understanding of identifying if you have an issue, and learned some pointers on how to address social media addiction. No matter if you're addicted or if you aren't, it's always a good practice to be aware of the time you are spending on social media. To quote A.J. Agrawal in Forbes magazine, social media is not always an online distraction or procrastination platform. While some may be addicted to their social media networks, it is one of the best ways to stay informed. Major news outlets, corporations, and persons of interest use social media to deliver messages to the masses. With items posted immediately, the public stays informed. Thanks.